Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Kieran from the Truth Is Out There channel. It's October 3rd, 2017. I'm just trying to do a little bit of updates on this whole Las Vegas shooting bit. The story gets stranger and stranger. It's hard to really weed out what is actually going on, what actually happened. First and foremost, I'm apologizing for the low quality of video and probably how much the camera's going to jump. I'm doing this off my tablet, so I'm just trying to get information out into the zeitgeist, you know. So, all right. So this first video I got here, it seems to be a taxi driver in Vegas. She starts off in Mandalay Bay area. And what's interesting is if you can hear it, I'm going to turn up my volume on my computer. If you can hear it, there's initial fire that seems to be far away, and then closer fire, and then far away, and then closer, and there's even a point where she seems to get some sort of flashing, which is a flashing that other people have been getting in the lower levels of this hotel, and it's not adding up. So here's this video. So you can hear further away, and then close up.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like automatic gunfire.
See further away?
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from farther away.
And right there, see? So this is like a war zone. This is multiple shooter stuff right here. Multiple shooter stuff.
Something's going on. I'm not sure why people aren't running, but
You can see here she's going to tell
what's he
people.
doing?
She's going to tell people that there's shooters, there's gunshots,
Yeah,
and
for
they
there
should
being
run,
gunfire,
you know.
sure doesn't seem like people are running. Shit. Seriously, I don't know what's going on.
Another taxi driver telling her there's a lot of cops out here.
I'm right here by the porch at Mandalay Bay, and everything just seems to be normal here.
This is in front of Mandalay Bay. This is apparently where the shooting was taking place. I mean, and the guy came over the radio. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Everything seems normal even when it's not.
Yeah, we're just all sitting.
I'll skip ahead.
This is ridiculous. I don't know why people aren't leaving. This is insane.
People.
Everybody's just standing around. It doesn't seem like anybody's moving. It seems like it's coming.
Shots fired. They don't even know the details yet. I just talked to Metro here at the airport. They're still getting the details, but there's multiple injuries.
You guys, there's a shots fired.
That's all they're telling you. They're not telling me anything other than that. They just said stay away from there. They're shutting the whole place down.
Alright, this is crazy. I don't know.
And you're gonna see up here, she's gonna catch flashes.
It seems like it's coming from up there.
Catch flashes.
Oh,
right
shit.
up there. See, right up there by my mouse.
Alright, I'm out of here.
I'm going to leave this up for another minute or so longer because there's another point that she makes that I want to address.
Alright, all the all the taxi drivers are gone now. Jeez. Yeah, there's... Alright, well, I was in the Mandalay Bay, and oh my god, now there's cops everywhere. It seems like it's coming from, like, the 10th floor of Mandalay Bay.
10th floor of Mandalay
I
Bay.
don't know. God, this is insane.
This woman says it seems like it's coming from the 10th floor of Mandalay Bay. Now, I haven't had time to watch the rest of this video. I'm sure there's some more tidbits in there somewhere. But I wanted to bring up some of the other videos that I have. This one...
A ton of information we've been pouring over in regards to the situation that took place in Nevada.
He's bringing up this declaration of emergency. I'm in Las Vegas right now. There's no declaration of emergency as far as I know. I mean, there's no other different behavior as far as I know. I mean, I'm sure there's a... I don't know. We'll see how this unfolds. I'll update you guys later. Now this is hilarious to me. This is
what happened during and after the shooting from inside the hotel, where
this isn't even a day and a half after this has happened, and NBC is already in the hotel room. They're already up in there, like, oh yeah, this is an active crime scene.
Gunmen devastated the lives
of
so many innocent people.
Upstairs, Mandalay Bay, halfway up. I see the shots coming from Mandalay Bay. Halfway up.
Halfway up Mandalay Bay is not the 32nd floor, I'll say that.
Bay, lead police to the hotel.
That one flash is not...
Where they say 64-year-old...
Where's all the other flashes? There was no other flashes.
Out of 2 broken windows from his 2-bedroom corner suite.
And once they made entry onto the hallway, they immediately knew what room was in question.
Liar.
The audience on the 32nd floor, SWAT has explosive breach. Everyone in the hallway needs to move back.
Breach, blah, blah, blah.
Breach.
When police blew the door open to room 135 on the 32nd floor, they found
is all BS.
According to the sheriff, he had taken his own life.
Okay, so again, I made another video earlier. Just because the guy is dead in there doesn't mean he did this, okay? That's not proof. That's not proof. Where's the GSR residue on his hand? Where's the fingerprints on the gun? Where is this information? They're just, oh, guy's dead. This is the Monopoly guy. This is Clue, Sergeant Custard in a fucking observatory with a candlestick. Like, come on.
Just 6 floors above, our team, already in town for another story, happened to be staying in the
6 floors above, they just happen to be staying there, and they don't have any footage of gunshots going on 6 floors below them. 6 floors below them, you can hear that shit from 1,200 feet away, much louder than you can apparently hear it. This guy, oh.
Mandalay Bay Tower when it was put into lockdown. Within the hotel here, there are police presence in tactical equipment going through these floors, checking things out. Paddock checked into the hotel on Thursday. Was able to bring 23 guns and more than 10 suitcases into his room unnoticed.
It wasn't evident that he had weapons in his room. We have determined that there has been employees going to and fro from his room, and nothing nefarious was noticed.
Police descended on the Mandalay Bay while a SWAT team
conducted a sweep
at the neighboring Tropicana Hotel.
So what they just said is that there's no evidence that this guy had anything up there, but he had 10 rifles and staging equipment up there. This doesn't make sense. This is ridiculous.
Chaos all around.
Seems more chaotic inside than outside. Oh yeah, watch this woman. Watch this woman. Watch this woman. The wife Cindy. Yeah, this woman. Yeah, let's see her response.
And I was trying to tell them where to go and what to avoid and what not to avoid because I had the perfect view looking down on everything.
Yeah, perfect view.
I was hysterical.
Look at her. I was hysterical, but I can smile now. I can smile.
When I heard shots, to hide. When I heard no shots, run.
One state light broke the devastation.
I was hysterical, but I can sit there smirking now.
More clear.
Where's the blood?
400 yards from the massive crowd, shattering many lives in a hail of bullets.
This is BS. This is BS. This is all BS.
A total of 10 hours. During that time, police could be heard going up and down the hallways on one occasion, knocking on doors to check on the guests and make sure they were okay. Savannah?
A terrifying
BS. 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 Okay, now this guy, this schmuck. Alright, if he really did save people, cool, I appreciate his effort, but this schmuck, just look at him.
Who was at the concert when the shooting broke out. Mike, just a horrifying scene right there. Tell us what you went through it.
He's looking at somebody. Oh, who's he looking at? Who's over here? Who's over here that he's looking to?
And then,
looking at somebody over here every time.
Right
my buddy. My buddy. My buddy. My buddy. I have no name for him. My buddy. I can't even give him a name. Steve, John, Joe, nothing.
And then we knew it was real. And it was chaos. We got him down and people screaming and...
oh, he's trying to get choked up.
Hit right in the chest.
Just pretty horrific.
He's grinning.
My buddy got shot 3 times in the chest.
Yeah, he's looking at somebody over here. My buddy got shot 3 times in the chest. And
what are you doing?
Last I heard, I haven't been on the leave here, but he said he was gonna be good.
My goodness. So tell us what happened.
No cell phone. So he's got no cell phone. And can't say, hey dude, I'm still alive. Hey, my name is Joe, by the way. My name is Steve. You can say my name on camera.
How did you all get out of there?
We most people started scattering and they climbed the fence, but I had to stay with my buddy.
My buddy.
So we got him over the fence once the fire stopped.
And look at this. Look. This is what people were talking about. Once the whole thing started going down, they turned up the lights on the crowd. Now, they're saying that this guy shot from this window up in here, somewhere up in here. And he shot all the way down here. If you've got lights coming from this stage down on the crowd, you have perfect lighting for this. Perfect lighting for this. You got 0 interruption.
Slid him under his stage so we were safe.
So we slid a guy who took 3 chest wounds, massive chest wounds from an assault rifle, from a large caliber rifle. We slid him under the stage.
And then we transported him around the backside of the event.
How did you get him around? How did
got
you
him
stop
over
the
to the
bleeding?
triage.
How'd you stop the bleeding?
There was 3 of us carrying him, and there was a cart. And so we got him on the cart, and we wheeled that around.
So you were able to get him to the triage, and then where did you all go next, and how did you find safety?
Well, I wasn't really worried about the safety part because I was going to stay with my buddy.
Worried about 100+ rounds flying over my head.
There were no ambulances available, really, because it was a fire zone. So we actually got 4 wounded people in the back of a truck.
I know you got 4 wounded people in the back of the truck, but not all of them made it.
No.
It's like leading questions, like, okay, well, what happened after you got people in the truck? Well, look, no, he says, oh, well, no, not everybody made it. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This guy, watch, he's going to get choked up right now. He's, oh, I'm choking up because somebody just died. Watch. Watch.
Oh, and we...
Smirking smile. Who's he looking at?
One of the guys
Who's he looking
in
at?
our truck did not make it either.
Yeah, I'm smirking smiling. That is the smirk of a guy who just lost someone in a truck. He was trying to save a guy and the guy died. And he's smirking. Mike Kronk.
Carried him out of the truck and he passed away in my arms.
Yeah, I'll just throw in my Sandy Hook smile for Orlando and Vegas.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Oh, here he is. He's told, get choked up, get choked up, get choked up.
To safety, but this all unfolded so quickly.
Very quick. It's surreal.
And in those moments, where were your thoughts?
My first thoughts were for my buddy, you know.
My buddy. Again, this is like the 6th time he said my buddy with no name.
Make sure he was taken care of. But, you know, we were pretty much yelling at everybody to stay down, you know. That was what we needed to do.
Well, we're glad you're okay now. So sorry for your friend and all those who've lost their lives and loved ones in this. But Mike Kronk, thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
When you hear fireworks, but an active shooter's machine gun firing off.
We were in the VIP seats, so to the right of the stage, and it sounded like it was right on top of us.
This morning, at least 50 dead, more than 200 injured.
And my other friend was praying over bodies that were dead. It was a horrible thing.
At least she's crying.
Off-duty police officers there to see the concert at this country music festival on the Las Vegas Strip when it was thrown into utter chaos.
I'm gonna start singing.
Literally felt like it just continued for 20 minutes straight. And I still wasn't even sure if it was actually bullets until one of the times we paused, our friend with like the guy next to us got shot.
They're all like hid behind like cop cars. One woman says her car became refuge for one of the wounded.
There was a gentleman that was shot, and he said, can you help me? And so I put him in my car, and I had like 6 people in my car, people with shoes. People in my car, people with shoes, running just to get away. And
with emergency crews quickly arriving on the scene, tending to the wounded, reports of victims even fleeing onto the Las Vegas airport runways.
Concert there, and Jason Aldean was playing, and kind of sounded like...
This is that Mike Kronk guy again. Mike Kronk.
Fireworks going off, and then I think there was like the first kind of volley, and then all of a sudden the second volley, my buddy's like, I just got hit, you know, and got hit 3 times, and then people started diving for the...
He got shot again. He got shot 3 times. No big deal. No big deal at all.
It just continued, and it was pretty much chaotic.
I'm a robot. I'm a robot, and I'm gonna try and comfort you soon.
It took a while to get him out. We had to get him over the fence and hiding under the stage for a while, you know, to be safe. And finally, we had to move because he had 3 chest wounds. And got him out here. We got 4 people in the back of the truck, but then we got turned around because there was an active shooter, so we couldn't go down the street. So we finally got an ambulance right here on this right across the street here, and got 2 of the guys in, and basically the one guy ended up dying in my arms because he
man died in his arms. No big deal. BFD.
He was bleeding, and my buddy got in there. We got 3
my buddy.
more people in there.
So, again, this is like the 10th time this dude has said my buddy without ever actually giving a name. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me, my buddy. Come on.
But I just got a message my buddy is going to be okay, so, you know. The guy got hit 3 times.
Fucking so crazy. Some kind of mass shooting. Fucking guy had a heavy caliber weapon for sure. Saw a girl fucking get shot in the face right next to her, brains fucking hanging out.
Oh, yep. Just saw a girl laying next to me. Brains just fucking hanging out. Okay. Now, this is the footage that I'm really interested in because when you listen to this woman, she says a couple key things. One, it doesn't actually sound like real gunfire. And two, she says she doesn't actually see anybody injured. Okay? And three, if you also look, there is no flash coming from the top of the Mandalay Bay. There's no gun smoke. I mean, this guy's putting hundreds of rounds out. There's gonna be gun smoke. This is 72 minutes of shooting, apparently. Like, get real, people. And notice there's the obelisk, there's the Sphinx, there's the Luxor right there. Okay, so perfect position. Doesn't sound like gunfire. Where's the flashing? Where's the flash? Where's the flash? Where's the flash? That was perfect. Okay, look right here. You're gonna see. This is right when there's rounds going off, rounds coming down range, and she zooms right in on the part of the building. This right here. Okay, he apparently shot from down around where my scroll bar is. Look for the flashes. There's nothing. 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 Nothing here. Nothing. Nothing.
I really don't see anybody actually injured.
I really don't see anybody actually injured. Again, the Sphinx, the all-seeing eye, on the pyramid of the Luxor with the obelisk right there, the phallic obelisk. Again, she's looking up. There's no... I mean, you even want to say, oh, he shot from this tower. This is the Delano Tower. This is not where he's shooting from. This guy's just wandering through. These people just walking through. Everything's hunky-dory. Active shooter. Everything's hunky-dory. Let's kind of meander through. Now it sounds like there's ricochet rounds coming close to them. Where's the rounds? Where's the flash? Let's go back just a little bit. Look, where's the flash? Where's the flash? Unless I'm trying to say that he's shooting from over here. Is this him shooting from over here? But again, that's not the tower they said he was in. And the room that he apparently had the windows over here as well. Like, around this corner. So this isn't him. Alright. Now this is the health ranger. He brought up a couple good points of what we got going on. Now this is your smoking gun right here, okay, people? This is put up by Dabu777. This is a union worker had posted this. Mandatory active shooter training due on September 30th, 2017 by 12 a.m. So this has to be done by the day before.
This is Dabu7, and to me, this is very big information, not a coincidence. You can see here that there was a due date, September 30th. This was from a union worker in Vegas that apparently him and everyone else in the union had to have this mandatory training accomplished and completed by the 30th. A day later, all this stuff hits the strip. Another thing to add to the puzzle here. I don't have a link for this because it was sent in my way, but I'll continue to update. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for the latest updates. A ton of information over there in relation to this. This has been Dabu7.
Alright, now, these people, they may well have been there, but she's saying,
we really do have
multiple
Corinne
gun
and Taylor,
guys.
and they were at the country western concert, and you were right near the front. Corinne, what just started happening?
They started shooting, and everyone stayed down, and as soon as everyone started to get up to run, they just kept shooting, and it's like literally like 5 minutes of just shooting, and people just kept dropping. And it's definitely someone on the ground, definitely, most definitely, the way they herded the crowd and all of us, and then they kept coming. They even came into the back staff parking lot and shot people out there too. So they just kept coming and
shot people in the back staff.
What was the reaction, Taylor, as this started happening?
Initially, you thought it was fireworks, but then right after the fireworks, they turned the lights on, and about 5 feet from me, you could see a guy with a bullet wound right in his neck, motionless, and from there on in, it was just, people just started dropping like flies.
Now, Corinne, as you guys started dropping to try to save your life, you got injured, and we do want to show people, well, Corinne, actually, with your permission.
Oh yeah, with my permission. I didn't really get injured like that. I have a scratch here, a scratch here from popping over. This is all other people's blood. This
looks more like dirt.
Blood splatter from
some blood splatter, I guess, but it
and
looks
us having
more like
to
dirt.
Be on top of them, basically, and get out. We had to.
So again, all the times that the truth community sits there and says, "Where's the blood? Where's the blood?" Now they're finally trying to address the blood.
Everyone had to fall on top of each other, whether they were alive or not. Basically, it's just to stay down, because every time people got up, they just started shooting, and it wasn't like it was like just kept going.
How long do you think it went?
It felt longer than 30 minutes, but it must have been at least 10 minutes.
So at least 10 minutes, more than 30. They're saying 72.
It was just, it must have been drums, because he must have had 300 rounds.
300.
Because he just kept firing. I assume he didn't stop firing, because I'm sure the muzzle was getting hot, but every time it stopped, then he'd continue, and we just kept having to drop for about...
So the girl's saying multiple gunmen. He's saying he. 5
minutes straight, hurdle over all the gates. It didn't matter about what security guards were where. It was just fight or flight.
And Taylor, just to show people what you went through, you lost your shoe.
Yeah,
I lost my shoe.
When someone fell down to get cover over me, I have someone's blood right here.
Oh, someone's blood. I got some on my chest.
A lot of really,
I'm wearing a white shirt and I got someone's blood on my chest.
A lot of really good people holding their wounds shut, trying to help them while everybody was just dug down. It was
even loved ones, just piles of blood and leaning over. I hope they're okay, but shoes missing is
piles of blood, and we have yet to see piles of blood.
Shoe, but at least I have my life.
And you guys live right here in Las Vegas. You obviously, nothing has happened ever like this before.
No, this is crazy. I really hope that they get some sort of policy, not just Vegas, everywhere. Some kind of policy to where when this stuff happens, there's someone right there. How much they shot, how much shooting was going on, and then not being taken down. And like I said, there's definitely someone on the ground.
Did you have any friends at this concert? Is there anyone that you don't know what has happened to them at this point?
No, but I do know a lot of people that escaped with us. Have friends that had been shot and they left them behind because it's fight or flight. You can't really take people with you and stuff like that. And especially in a situation like that, you don't know what to do.
They kept coming. That's the thing. It wasn't that okay, let's all leave and now it's okay. No. We all started running and they came in. That's why there's no humanly possible way that guy, that was the only shooter. If you were where we were and how we were hidden and the way they came in and herded us all out into the staff parking lot and then continued shooting into the staff parking lot.
The Las Vegas Police Department is saying that they do believe that it is just one person at this point, but they believe that it came from the 32nd floor across. Could you tell it was coming from Mandalay Bay?
Definitely the way there was a lot of headshots. So the way a lot of people got headshots, and it was like the guy, right. Yeah,
we're gonna wind it right there, but as you can see, the traumatic aspect of this to people that really fought for their lives to get away from the scene, obviously injured too, but not to the extent of the victims and the fatalities. Christine, Greg, Jean, thank you.
Okay. Here's the scene. Okay. What do we see? Like, what's glaring about this? The Luxor, the Sphinx, the obelisk. Alright, the dude apparently shot from way up here. He shot from way the hell up here, but there's footage of flashing coming up here. The first video I showed you, the taxi driver, she drives, you can see the street. She drives down this street right along in here and goes under the overhang. So she was under the overhang where all the valet and taxi drivers go. She was telling people to leave. She was telling people there's flashing, there's a shooter. When she was under there, it sounded loud as hell. Like it should have been around here. When she comes around, she ends up going down around here. And you can see when she's coming down around here that she zooms up and there's flashing coming from up here, which there's other footage of flashes coming from up in here. She even says it sounds like the 10th floor. Okay? So they're saying that the shooter's here. We saw a light up in this side of this tower, but that doesn't even make sense. All the shooting was supposed to come from here, but the other video I showed you, they were rounds coming down range, and there's no muzzle flash, no smoke, no nothing. You couldn't even see a broken window up in here. But this is apparently where it all came from? This doesn't make sense, people. Now, I got just a couple questions before I wrap this up. The people on camera, I mean, you saw that guy, Mark, whatever the heck his name is. Is he a robot? Like somebody died in his arms, and he's somebody died in my arms. They bled out, and then it changed to they bled out in my arms. So they bled out in the back of the truck. That doesn't make sense. You know, this girl that I just showed. You know, they gave quite a bit of detail, but it sounds more like just questionable information, you know, and it, I don't know, it's not adding up. It's not adding up. Again, excuse me, the testimony of multiple shooters, this girl said that there were shooters on the ground, you know, so This is not making sense. The guy they say that did it, the guy that they found dead in the room, that there weren't even, he was found dead in a room up here. There weren't even rounds being shot from up here. Like, what in the shit is going on? But he's a 64-year-old man with no military training. He worked for Lockheed Martin, sure, but no military training. He was a professional gambler, as he liked to say. He was a drunk from the pictures that we've seen. Clearly, you know, I mean, and there's other footage where he might have been at an anti-Trump rally, and now they're saying, oh, well, there's Antifa literature in his bag, and he might have converted to Islam. Why would a 64-year-old man convert to Islam randomly? Like, this doesn't make sense. And he just snapped. Like, he just snapped. He just brought up 10 rifles and staging equipment and tripods and all this into a hotel room and just snapped. Not to mention there's reports of Mandalay Bay having upgraded their security with new metal detectors. I'll try and get some more information on that, but, you know, and again, there's too many weapons. He's sitting there reloading. Why would he reload? Again, if he's got 10 weapons with him, grab a weapon, empty it, drop it, grab another. Like, it's not making sense. And again, this guy's using an automatic weapon with no military training. And I was gonna say the Mike, I can't remember his name, but the health ranger brings up a good point. He says you know, if he had military training or anything, he would know that an automatic weapon is not the weapon of choice in a situation. It's too much recoil. It's not enough control. But at the same time, he's shooting to a large crowd of 22,000 people, so it doesn't really matter how much control you get, you know? Again, no flashes in the windows. I'll go back to this video. Where is it? Where we got? Okay, this video. Right here. No flashes. There's not any flashes coming from up here. Where's the flashes? It doesn't sound real. There's reports of blocked exits. They were blocking people in. They were keeping people from running away. The lights came up. The lights came up right as this Aldine guy starts running off stage. Again, like I said in my other video, he didn't even say there's an active shooter. There's something fishy. Like, duck for cover, run for your lives. Nothing. I would have rather he caused a stampede and a few people got trampled to death than instead of just running off stage. Because if a few people got trampled to death or got injured in trampling, at least they're not shot in the head and dead, you know? Like, come on, people. Again, no warning from Aldine. Like, there's no cover. This was in a massive field. Look at this. This is a massive open parking lot. And the stage is set up in this area over here, okay? So this was a massively open parking lot where people could just fucking be obliterated. Like, again, across from the Luxor, we have the pyramid with the all-seeing eye on top and the Sphinx and the obelisk. We know for a fact how much the powers that be like to show off their symbology and like to show off their oh, hey, we had a hand in this. Don't look at us, though. It's just too fishy. And again, how did he get up there? How did he get up there with all this equipment? They're saying this right here. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Sheriff Lombardo. Here we go.
10 suitcases into his room unnoticed. More than 10 addict checked into the hotel on Thursday. Was able to bring 23 guns and more than 10 suitcases into his room.
So originally they said 10 guns. Now it's 23 guns.
Notice.
It wasn't evident that he had weapons in his room. We have determined that there has been employees going to and fro from his room, and nothing nefarious was noticed.
Police descended on the Mandalay Bay while a SWAT team conducted a sweep at the neighboring truck.
And, you know, my last question is why? Why this? Why this? Before 9/11, there was a drill. During 9/11, there was a drill. Before Sandy Hook, there was a drill. There's always a drill. There's always training. There's always something beforehand. Why? This doesn't make sense. It's too many questions without answers. And hopefully we start getting some soon. I'm tired. I'm going to go get some food. I'm going to try and look more into this. I got to get ready for other stuff. None of this makes sense. So, a little heads up, I've got a roommate. He's got a friend who works down at Sunrise in the ER. So, Sunrise Hospital is where most of the injured were taken. So, I'm going to try and get, if she'll allow me, get an interview with her and try to get some non-specific as far as non-patient specific, but just some specific information as far as kind of the injuries that she saw and what was going on, just generally what happened from her perspective. I'm gonna try and get somebody who was boots on the ground, helping people without the media picking the person, you know. So I don't want to say that this was a completely staged event and that there were no injuries, because that's going too far, and I've got too many. My wife is a nurse. My roommate is a CNA. We know nurses all across the valley. Like, I'm going to try to get some answers, because I think people did get hurt. But I don't think this whole one-shooter narrative is what's going on. I caution people to just go about this with a little bit of courtesy, and just assume that there were injured, but let's not pull the trigger. Sorry for the bad pun. Let's not jump to conclusions, and let's not pass legislation that's going to end up hurting us and all this, because legislation wouldn't have stopped this. There's no stopping this. What legislation stops a man from putting this many weapons into a room and doing this? Nothing. What legislation is going to stop the government from doing this shit? Nothing. We gotta reorganize everything we got. We gotta shut the system down and restart, because clearly the people in charge are just scum liars. But I'm out. Peace and love to all. Later.